T minus 5 minutes. T minus 4 minutes. T minus 3 minutes. T minus 2 minutes. T minus 1 minute. T minus 50 seconds. T minus 40 seconds. T minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Yeah. Look, black and blue lines. Yeah. Hey, that's a new vibe. Yeah. Hey, black and blue lines. Yeah. Hey, that's a new vibe. Yeah. Hey, podcast lit. I think we got a hit. Yeah. Hey, black and blue lines. Yeah. Look, we got Prince Blue and Steph talking black and blue lives. Yeah. The black and blue lives. Yeah. It's Steph and Blue.
Hold on. Yes, you. No.
Oh, it's me.
You got me tripping over here, man. I'm like, what?
Oh, my bad. Hey, what's going on, everybody? What's up? It is the Black and Blue Lives podcast, and I am your host, Dr. Prince Blue, who was muted. Shout out to AJ. And I got
Going
my
off
homie.
about something.
I got my homie Jay Step with me. What's going on, Step?
Better now, man. Then I know I'm not going crazy.
Like, I don't know why it does that. It's weird, but it's a user error. But you know, players fuck up. So
Doctors.
Yeah, doctors fuck up a lot, believe it or not. But this episode, Step, we're going to talk about the ancient conversation of police officers killing more black people than anybody else in the world, according to
A million people.
Black people. And I thought we talk about this because with everything that's going on, it's like everything is questioned now. Everything is, well, they could have did this, they could have did that differently. And you and I are going to answer 3 specific questions. And those questions are,
B.
what do the numbers that I'm going to show, what do they really show? How does the media and public perception influence these conversations? And is this a genuine issue, a political agenda, or somewhere in between? And I feel like we're going to have some good debates. If you want to call them debates, I mean, we're gonna talk about it because you and I never debate. We have a conversation, we have a discussion, and I think this is going to be really, really good because breaking news, you're white and you're a retired police officer. Breaking news, I'm black and a retired police officer. We work together.
Wait, how'd you get a doctorate degree if you're black?
I don't know. I had somebody question that today. And then also you were my supervisor. So we know how each other think. We know how each other work. We worked with each other on case. I've seen you arrest many of people, black, white, Asian, Hispanic, Hmong, Italian. True story. I've seen it all. So I know that whatever place you're coming from is from the lens of law and order, what's right, what's wrong. You and I making it home at the end of the night. You don't give a damn about race. You don't give a damn about all of that. So I'm going to preface that by saying that, and I don't care. Y'all can call me what you want. You can say I'm protecting him and blah, blah, blah. I know this man. You don't. So I'm telling you, if I can give you any bit of credibility from me, I'm telling you, I've worked with this man. I've seen this man in action. So I know whatever he says is coming from the place of law and order, what's right and wrong. protecting the public and him making it home at the end of the night. And the same thing is with me. So
You're being Uncle Tom, man. You can't say that.
you know I'm gonna get him. I was getting them in some of the promos that I let out. It was getting it that I was Uncle Tom this, I was Uncle Tom that. I'm like, man, shut up. I just want to name myself Tom. But I want to get to this first graphic that we showed. Here it is. It's per a study that was done in 2023. It's right there. I don't know why it's doing that. But there we go. Let's just go with that. Let's just go with this right here. As you can see, and this was per mapping police violence. They did a couple studies, and this one was the latest I could find per 2023. It shows that 2.9 per 2.9 black people per million are killed by police officers, more than 2 times the rate of white Americans. And for some reason, they just skip right over the Latino people, and they skip right over the Latino people and went right to white people. But that's what we're going to talk about here. So, Step, when you see those numbers, and it's not per capita, you know, people hate to have a per capita conversation until it's time to have the per capita conversation. So, Step, after seeing those numbers, what do you think when you see those numbers? Is that accurate? Is it an agenda? Is it nuanced? Or is it, are we just pulling it out of thin air?
So we're doing per excuse me, per percentage of the population. That's 2.9, right?
Per million, right?
So not so not total. It's not. Okay, see, it's per million. So, you want to say? I mean, 13% of the population. We have a problem. All right, so I'm going to say it. 13% of the population are committing 50% of the violent crime. Mm-hmm. So if you take that statistic, and more than likely, if that 50% of the population committing the violent crime, and then if you break that down to black males, you're looking at 7%, right? So because it's about 60-50, 60-40. So you break that demographics even lower. And usually if officers have to shoot somebody, the person is being violent or accused of a violent crime first. So that doesn't surprise me that it's higher, but I think there's a reason that it's higher because in the culture of some, not just the black community, but like the hood culture, you know, and you have people in the hood that are white, you know, rednecks that do that the same way. So I'm not talking about just black people. Well, I guess I am. But yeah. So, but basically, I think that number is accurate. But there's a reason why.
Well, of course, the number is accurate. So, so really, that was an easy ass question. The number is accurate because that is the number that they that the study came up with. But now we can get into the nuance part of it, and I think that's the part where you and I are anxious to get into, because let's be honest, and the reason why this number is high is because the culture allows for it to be high. If you and I have done we've done drug busts, we've done jump outs, we've done everything that you could do in the community that is largely populated by black people, and we get this sense of, I don't have to listen to you. Mm-hmm. I know my rights. Running, being combative, smelling the weed, giving us all the reason to why we are doing the job that we do. And then when it's time for us to handle business and it doesn't end up the way that people think it should end up, because I don't know how do they think a violent encounter with anybody between a police officer and somebody should be pretty and poetry. They want to bring it up that they're getting killed more than anybody else. But if that's where our resources are needed,
Yep.
then of course the number is going to be high. I mean, and I don't understand why that is such a hard thing. And then you want to get into over policing and things of that nature. We're not over policing because we want to. We're over policing because we have to.
Yeah,
And
because there's
whether
people in the
right, go ahead.
I was just
Go
saying
ahead.
there's because there's people in the community that they need to be protected because their homes are getting broken into, their houses are getting shut up, there are drug deals outside their street which bring in an outside crime. So they won't come out of their house very rarely and be like, hey, I love you guys, we want you to be here, because they don't want that drama in the neighborhood or be seen in a certain way as a snitch or whatever, or bootlicker. But we need to be in there for those people. And when most crimes happen, the ADWs, it's all together with the shootings, the drive-by, or in the hood, right? I I mean, so that's where we need to be. And how many times have we ran it? If they call us and we're not there right away,
We're getting screamed at. We're like, why
we're
aren't you
they oh
here?
y'all
Where were
y'all in
you?
y'all in, you guys are in South Park. You don't care about us. But if we're driving through, and then it's like F12, fuck y'all, you get
Why
that
y'all here? This, that,
y'all
and the third.
harassing
And then
us. Y'all
something
just harassing
happens.
us.
They want us there. And people don't understand. We used to do these things. We used to have these community meetings. And it's not white people coming to the meetings and saying, let's say if the white person lives in Noda, they're not coming in the meeting and they're saying, hey, y'all need to police the black neighborhoods more. No, you know why? Because Noda, their places are good. They're okay. They're not having the issues. So
And
they're not telling us to
they're
over police there.
and their complaints are there's kids without helmets or something, that they no guys, that have car break-ins and stuff, but their level of concern is speeders or stop sign violence, very petty stuff, right? The people's concerns in the hood is drug dealing. My house is getting shut up. I'm worried about my nephew, my son or
I can't
daughter.
walk to the store without
They
walking
have
past 10 drug dealers. My son is getting bullied. They're trying to get my son to do this, my son to do that. They're drinking outside. All the stuff that contributes to a lower quality of life. The people in those communities are coming and telling us, hey, y'all need to do something about this. And then we're doing something about it, but y'all don't like the way it's turning out. I don't know how do y'all think at ADW, an assault with a deadly weapon, a drive-by, I don't know how do y'all think that stuff is supposed to turn out. And newsflash, if we're getting a phone call about a armed suspect who just shot somebody or killed somebody, we're not coming in there thinking, we're going to be able to talk to this person and be able to get it done. No, we're coming in because this is a dangerous situation. And when you play dangerous games, you win dangerous prizes. So yes, is the killing more? Yes, but there's more nuance and context to that. And I have to always preface this by saying, are there police officers out there that do the wrong thing or make the wrong decision and now they have to live with that? Absolutely. But it's like now every time somebody gets shot, no matter what, there was a case where a guy shot at, and I'm gonna play it, the Dexter Reed case. They fired shots at police officers, and police officers returned fire, and people are upset at the police officers that they shot too many times. Like what are we doing? And this is I'm about to show you a video of what contributes. First of all, before I show that video, I want to read some statistics real quick. That ought to give y'all some things of what I'm talking about here. So, unarmed victims in 2022, of all unarmed people killed by police, 32% were black, 15% were Latino, 36% were white. However, black Americans only make up 13% of the US population. Let's go to armed versus unarmed encounters. In many fatal encounters, victims were armed, but the rate at which unarmed black individuals are killed is still higher compared to other groups. Per the Washington Post, roughly 10% of all people shot and killed by police were unarmed. black Americans are overrepresented. Some studies argue that police shootings correlate more with violent crime rates in an area than with race. So what were we just saying? It's about the area more than it is with race. And according to the
Absolutely.
FBI uniform crime reporting, black Americans are overrepresented in violent crime arrests, but this doesn't justify disproportionate use of deadly force according to civil rights groups. And that's even with the body cams that are in now. They said over only 2% of officers are charged after a fatal shooting. Black Americans are less likely to have their cases result in charges against the officers compared to white victims. And I'm about to play a video to why a lot of cases that you're trying to put on police officers about unnecessary force are not faring well for the criminals. Take a look.
Roll the windows down.
Roll the window down, man.
Roll the window down. What are you doing?
Roll this one down.
Roll that one down too.
This one down.
Hey, don't roll the window up. Don't roll the window up.
Okay, okay.
Do not roll the window up.
Do not fucking roll
Unlock the doors now.
Open the fucking door.
Unlock the doors now.
Open the fucking door.
Unlock the doors now. Open the door now. Open the door now. Open the door now. I'm 6-4 David. Shots fired. Shots fired. Hey! Hey!
That's the funniest part of the video.
Ferdinand Neighbors. 10-1. 10-1. Hey!
So for those who don't know, that was the shooting in Chicago. That was the Dexter Reed shooting in Chicago. And I want you to read some quick things about that. The 4 Chicago police officers, they fired 96 bullets in 41 seconds during a traffic stop on March 21st of last year, killing Dexter Reed, and all those officers were on leave 6 months after that, and they were still getting paid. So this is what people are mad about. None of the officers who shot at Reed were shot. While none of the officers were shot, Reed was hit 13 times, and the officers have returned to active duty. They tried to sue for $102,000. The preliminary investigation found that officers opened fire, hit Reed 13 times shortly after he shot and wounded an officer. Reed's family sued the city, alleging his civil rights were violated. The 5 officers who stopped Reed were the subject of at least 36 complaints. Listen to why they add this: 36 complaints in 2023 and 2024. And none of those violations were able to stick. The move was supported. They said the family was mad that the officers were still getting paid and were not fired. And they opened a class action lawsuit against the city that is still pending because they want to change revise the traffic stop policy. Now, y'all saw the video. It was a traffic stop, and they were given lawful commands. And once again, they closed the door, rolled the window up in a tinted vehicle. A vehicle, by the way, that was stopped because it was boloed for robberies. Okay.
Wow, yeah.
And then what did they start to do from inside the vehicle? They started shooting at police officers. Then police officers returned fire. And what are police officers supposed to do? Eliminate the threat. Stop the threat. Whether that be 1 bullet, 2 bullets, 3 bullets, 8,000 bullets, it does not matter. Bullets does not dictate racial motivation or anything like that. It dictates that there's an active threat and we need to eliminate it. So step with that video I just showed. Again, the reason why none of these lawsuits are sticking on officers because you're wrong.
Yeah, they're doing the right thing. So, and I mean, you and I have both been in shootings. My shooting, there were like 84 rounds fired. I shot 32 rounds. Rounds done, and but people hear that too, and there were a lot of comments about they need to go to the range. That's way too many shots, dude. Guy in my shooting ended up getting shot like they never would tell me, but somewhere between like 4 and 9 times. I don't know.
Everybody's
But
John Wick. Everybody's John
yeah, oh,
Wick
they're like,
or
oh,
Commando.
these officers need to go to the range, and I shot almost blindfolded 98, 100. I shot so much being on. I did 2 years on the SWAT team before I came to CMPD. I had, I was on Swedish Crime. We shoot every month, and it's a little different when rounds are coming at you and people getting shot. But and somebody has cover. That takes this same instance. This guy had cover and concealment behind the cars. Was there more than one person in the car?
Yes.
Did anybody else get shot?
No. It was just Dexter Reed.
Oh, okay.
It didn't say anybody. Nope. Lawyers for Dexter Reed family. Nope. Because they would have been Swiss cheese. It was just him, I believe.
Did it say how many rounds he fired?
Let's see.
They probably didn't put that in there.
96 bullets or the fun. They just said that he fired shots. See, you notice they counted they said the police how many they shot, but they didn't say how many Dexter Reed shot.
I guarantee you, if whatever guns he had in his whatever bullets he had in his gun were gone, if he didn't do a reload, that was a lot of rounds. And how easy? But who escalated that? Whose fault is that? You walk up to the car at a lawful traffic stop, you're a little elevated because it's a potential robbery bolo. And so soon as that door shuts and that window rolls up, same thing the video we talked about last week was
with McNeil.
They're like, yeah, it doesn't matter if the guy's trying to, verbally being nice, but you don't know what's inside that vehicle, and that escalates it. And that's the reason stuff like that happens all the time that we just saw in Chicago is why officers are higher elevated when someone won't open the door or roll their window up or won't roll their window down. And that's a tense situation. I didn't, you can see the whole video at damn, I give it out every week. I forget the name of the officer. I don't know. I'll think about it in a second. But I don't see it. It's going to happen. You're in a fire, right? The guy was on the other side of the car. He could have gave up. He didn't. He chose to shoot at the police, and that's what you get. I'm sorry for his family, but it's too fucking bad.
I'm not.
Don't shoot at the police.
I'm not.
Don't shoot at the police.
You shot at police. You tried to end the police officer's life. Why am I feeling sorry for the family? The family should be sorry that they got a family member out here shooting at police officers. I got a person out here robbing people and getting into stuff where his car is getting stopped. I'm so sick and tired of us trying to make criminals victims. We just lost a police officer in NYPD, Officer Islam, doing his job, protecting people from a madman with an assault rifle.
He was doing off duty.
He was doing off duty,
which means he was off shift and was picking up extra money. And
never going home again.
Supposed to be probably a chill gig where he goes in, does his thing, has his coffee, has his routine. There's no issues, and all of a sudden, the dude shot him in the back too. So he probably with a rifle. It's going to go through both sides of the vest. What do you do? You're not in an environment like that. You're not watching, checking people when they come in and stuff. It's the NFL offices.
Off-league offices, right?
Yeah. So. And he had his back turned, and the guy came in and blasted him. He didn't have a chance. And it was a day off. He could have been at home playing Xbox or spending time with I think he had 2 kids and one on the way, with a pregnant wife. And he could be spending time with her, but he's out here getting things done and working off duty because he's got 2 kids and 1 more on the way. I think his wife is pregnant.
And speaking of that, that brings us to the agenda part. CNN reported the shooter as possibly white.
And even after that video surfaced, or that
Even
picture
after that
surfaced.
video surfaced, they said he was possibly white. You know why they said he was possibly white? Because mass shooters historically, when they're white, that leads to more ratings, more viewings, more vitriol. Versus if the person was black, it would have been like, well, what happened? But the fact that he was white, because race pushes everything, and that's where it comes back down to with these numbers. Math is math. Like I could pull a number right now that says, white men make more free throws than black men. You can make numbers say anything you want, but there's context to numbers, and we got to stop being afraid to put context. I know people want to say anecdotal. Listen, I've done a dissertation. I've had to explain context and nuance to numbers. I can't just say 8.5 million officers have PTSD. They'll be like, okay, but why is that? How many are black? How many are white? What's going on in the departments? What's the sick leave like? How many are former military? That's why you have to give context. And it's okay. Anecdotal is okay. And I'm telling you, from 2 police officers right now, the reason why those numbers are high, and I'm telling you as a black man, the reason why those numbers are high, because we don't listen. We don't comply. We don't do whatever it is that we need to do to let those officers get on their way. And I'm about to show you another video to where this is what happens when you this is what happened when you comply, and what happens 99% of the time when you're approached by a police officer and you do what you need to do. Take a listen.
Apologize. Yes, I do, sir. If you don't mind me grabbing nothing at all.
Are you on Facebook or
yes,
Snapchat?
you are. You're going to be on Facebook,
right.
man.
All right.
I'm a licensed driver. You can shake this bitch, search this bitch, do what you want. You got it. Oh, you got it. Yes, absolutely.
Stop at stop signs.
And hey, listen, let me tell you this right now. I'm on parole.
Okay.
I'm a TVO, target violent offender.
Okay.
So I'm known for like violent shit.
Okay.
But you can search this motherfucker up and down.
Okay.
Did you hear what I'm saying?
All right.
There you go, baby. There you go.
Independence?
Yes, I am.
All right.
No. You know what? I'm not paroled there. My mom just sold her house for over $100,000. So I'm not living there.
Okay.
I'm not paroled there.
Okay.
But I could give you my parole officer's number, whatever information you need. And like I said, you can search this motherfucker.
Like I said, you're just stopping, not stopping.
Oh, you got, and I apologize for that. If you want to fine me, whatever, I'll pay it. If you say I didn't stop at a stop sign, I take your word for it.
All right.
Okay.
Because that's right.
All right, man. I ain't giving you no hard time. I love it.
Of course, yeah.
Oh, I ain't got no weapons. I ain't no bullshit. Ain't no shot coming from out this motherfucker. I bet you that, baby. You good. I'm just getting y'all on camera so I don't die. That's all. That's all, baby. That's all. Strizzy good. You know what I'm saying? They'll never catch me. Only thing you gonna catch me is with the broccoli. You ain't gonna catch me with no D-R-U-G-Z. It's not gonna happen.
Spell drugs with the Z. Listen, but I know he was kind of animated and it was to the extreme, but I promise you, I can't tell you how many times I've walked up to a vehicle. Hey, Officer Prince Blue, this is the Charlottesville Police Department. This is why I stopped you. Let's just say it was a stop sign. Any reason why you didn't stop at that stop sign? Officer, honestly, I wasn't paying attention or I thought I stopped long enough. Okay, cool. License and registration. Everything good with your license and registration? If everything's good with your license and registration, I'll let you off with a warning, man, and you're good to go. All right, officer, no problem. That I'm telling you, that's it. Even if you got a pound of the finest cocaine in the trunk. If you don't give me any reason that you're nervous and that I should search that car, I can't tell you. I've probably not found bodies in the trunk because I had nothing, and people were literally just, they were being good and they were being respectful. It is what it is. But if I pull you over and you're like, man, what the fuck you stopped me for? Man, I ain't stopped. Man, I did stop. Man, that's some bullshit. Man, you this, you that. Man, fuck that. Man, blah, blah. Okay, now I gotta find out why you so amped up.
Exactly.
Why you so mad at me just simply stopping you if your shit is all good?
That's the point. That's a good point. Is that a lot of these people, they that was always a warning sign when someone right off the bat was argumentative because they're trying to, just like the video we saw last week. The guy ended up having a knife. I don't know. I doubt it was illegal there, but he also he had weed in his pocket.
Mm-hmm.
So in his license, I think his license was suspended or so. I don't know, but yeah, if somebody gets too, they're trying to deflect. They're trying to get you to focus on them and not what's in the car or under the seat. A lot of the times.
And it's so weird that I'm telling you, 99%. I'm saying 99% because nothing's ever 100%. But 99% of the time, even if the officer has a nasty disposition, whatever the case may be, get that ticket. Hey, you said that I was speeding, or you said that I didn't roll stop sign. You know what? No problem. I'll have my day in court. That is it.
Because
but when
more than likely,
right,
you won't even get a ticket. You get a warning. Like you just said, like 9 times out of 10, I stop somebody. Probably more than that, I'll give them a warning. I make sure if their license checked out, they didn't have warrants, they didn't have guns, they didn't give me any indicators, and that's it.
Instead, what about this? How many times have we stopped somebody? I smell a strong amount of weed, man. Like, you got weed on you. Either I smoked or officer, I ain't gonna lie to you. I got a bag on me. All right. Yeah. Well, go ahead, get out, pull them out. We detain them. We be like, hey, am I going to find anything else in this car? No, sir. Okay, if I'm not going to find anything else in this car, I'll scratch you for the little bit of weed, and then you'll be on your way. We've had those too. Nobody died. Nobody fought. Nobody got shot, especially over a dime bag of weed. But when you start acting crazy, that lets us know, hey, it's something else. It's something else going on here.
Absolutely.
It's just wild to me. I'm telling you, like, I know comply is a dirty word because y'all want to yell out the street. Well, what about the people that do comply and they die? Well, then that gets that. Well, then when that unicorn thing happens, but the media seems to push it like it's happening every day. When that does happen, those officers should be dealt with. But 9 times out of 10. It is on. And another thing, people get so hung up on there's other things to do. Like, all I did was speed. All I had was a dime bag of weed on me. All I had was a busted tail light. All these things are still wrong according to the law. So it's like, you can't get mad because you're wrong, and the police officers have to do their job. It's like you want to dictate when and where police are supposed to enforce the law, and that's not how it works. I'm never going to apologize for a police officer doing their job. Now, the way they do it, that's subjective, because then you get into, attitudes and emotions and all that stuff, which we're now doing, touchy-feely and all this new policing and stuff that I just can't vibe with. But that's fine. But black and white, the law, if weed is illegal in your state, it's illegal. Busted tail light, illegal. Drive without a license, illegal. Expired tag, illegal. No tag, illegal. Crooked tag, illegal. Like, I don't know what else to tell you. These are always been foundational things to help police officers do their job even further. Because you know how many drug busts have happened because of busted taillight? You know how many kidnapping victims have been found because of a busted taillight? You know how many older citizens who have bolos because they have dementia and they've driven from Kentucky all the way to Charlotte? It's happened because of a busted taillight. These are all tools for officers to do their job.
Absolutely. And that guy was. I guarantee you didn't get a ticket. They didn't give that dude a ticket.
No, absolutely not. That
But
you saw
what's
the
crazy?
officer. He was having fun.
What's crazy is, that he probably had a body in the back. Even if he did, he should go home, put one of his boys and put a sack over his head or something, throw him in the trunk and open it back up. He says, "Yeah, I got away with this one" or something. Just play around. But he could. I mean, that dude. I would have always been suspicious. He was so like.
He was so nice, right? But
Oh,
but you know why he was so nice? Because he was confident that he was good.
oh, yeah.
He knew he was good. He knew his license was good.
You can't get me. I'm good. I'll take a ticket. I'm not doing anything
Besides
wrong.
him not knowing how to spell, he was good to go. So that's why he was so confident. And trust me, I get it. Is there some anxiety during a police stop? Absolutely. It's more anxiety for the police themselves because we don't know what's going on. But when you get somebody like that, it makes your job so much. Now we still have to be a little more careful because, like Steph said, sometimes when you're overly nice, it's like you're trying to stop us from. Because I've seen where some officers are they stop somebody and they're overly nice, and the cop stops shining their light into the car because they're the person is giving them good contact, and they're like, but meanwhile in the back it's like a big long shotgun in the back and all this other stuff because you got to handle that. Each thing is different. Traffic stops are dynamic, but Steph, like that was a perfect example of that's how you handle, and that's how 99% of traffic stops go.
Absolutely.
And then we got this one right here where I'm trying to remember. Okay, yes, let's play this one.
What? What are you talking about?
Hold on. This one is
The hell?
This one is the one where you're just trying to figure out like what's going on, and you encounter somebody who's clearly either under the influence or something, or is having some mental health issues. And you know how all you people be like, well, why don't you just tase them? Why you got to shoot them and all this stuff? This is how dynamic police work is, and this is how you use the proper use of force continuum when it comes to encountering people who's not compliant.
What? What are you talking about?
Hey, stop.
Say something. Back up.
Stop.
Say something.
Stop.
Tase you, bro. Get on the ground. Get on the ground.
Get on the ground.
Get on the ground.
With great power comes great responsibility.
Cuff him.
That is hilarious. I haven't seen that one.
Like, I don't know why he quoted Spider-Man in the middle of this.
Was that real?
That is real. That was a real.
He was
that was
like
a real.
he went from like tase me, bro, to like, and then he was. I thought he was gonna rip it out and then have to shoot him or something. I was expecting.
With great power comes great responsibility.
Did you hear the change in his tone of voice after he got tased? Like he brought him back down from the reality, but like almost submissive.
Like whatever he was on, it brought him back down.
Great. I love it. That was funny.
I thought he was gonna rip it out too, and that's another thing we need to talk about. Y'all see how that taser? He still was leaning up against the car. So imagine if he had a knife, anything. He was still good to go. That's why people don't understand use of force and how you're not Batman. Everything you know how his batarang works 100 out of 100 times. That's not police work. We've seen people. Steph, how many people have we tased in the wintertime with heavy coats?
Yeah, I tased about 25 people. Was a lot. I love it, but they told me to use it.
See it shrink. Yeah, see it shrink.
Well, I do probably. So, now you tell me. No, and then, but I probably out of the 25 deployments I had, maybe 17 of the 25 were effective. Maybe not that many. Probably less.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd say 15. So say at least almost a third weren't effective. A lot of times that's due to placement. If one misses, one won't do anything. You won't have the effect. Or a lot of times it's clothing. Even a T-shirt. Somebody has a baggy T-shirt and it hits one of the prongs because it also has to hit the skin. So if it hits your shirt, it's like it basically is a straightened fish hook. This is exactly what it is. So that's what it looks like, and it shoots. But if it hits, like even me in the side of the shirt, it's gonna get stuck on the shirt, and the other one hits me here. It makes contact with the skin. It won't. I'm not going to get the
Nope.
tasing effect.
Nothing. And Step, of course, we had to get taser. We had to get pepper spray because we had to be able to testify on how it feels when we apply it to other people. So,
Which makes no sense to me, but that's another topic.
but we also can't. Well, this is where I would say I understand it, because remember the whole thing of if remember when the person had took the officer's taser and then the officer used deadly force.
Oh, now boom, sunset.
Yeah, we can speak to like when we're incapacitated,
That's
you
right,
can then get our weapon and turn it on us, turn it on other people, whatever the case may be.
Through line of Sunset and Statesville. That was a long time ago.
Yeah. So I get that part, but like you, Steph, did they shoot the fish hooks in you when you did it?
Yes.
See, with us, they stopped doing that. They just put it up against us and dry stunned us.
And I told them it literally, if you don't know, it's 50,000 volts, and it's like getting hit by a truck. That put in your bodies for 5 seconds. It's just because I got the full 5, because they asked, do you want like the 2 second or the 5 second? Like none of it really, but
yeah.
But you can't be a little bitch and say 2. So you got to get the whole 5 second ride, and it's a feeling that you've never experienced it, but it's like getting hit by a truck, and it's just it seizes every muscle involuntarily. It doesn't matter if you're the baddest dude in the world. If I get a good taser deployment on you, you're gonna fall down. I don't care how it's not pain compliance. It's not how tough you are. It's non-violent. It all your muscles in your body will seize up. That's why you see them like this. They're getting electrocuted.
And they fall straight back. Except this Yahoo. I'm gonna play it again.
Do you know who I am?
Hold on, that's the wrong one. Hold on. I'm sorry, that's the wrong one. I'm gonna play it again because I don't think people understand. Like I
thought he was ending up shooting them. Or you like this?
My man was riding high.
What?
I'm gonna show you how, man. Look.
What are you talking about?
Hey, stop.
Say something.
Back up.
Stop.
Say something.
Stop.
Daisy, bro.
Get on the ground. Get on the ground.
Get on the ground.
Get on the ground.
With great power comes great responsibility. Okay.
Cuff him.
He's like, I got your power, bitch.
Right. And to answer Pat's question, this is a great question, because you notice that the officer that did the taser, he had to remind his partner to cuff him while he was still incapacitated, because when you get a good tase, you're like, oh shit. And then you end up watching, but your adrenaline's pumping. You can't forget, hey, I only got 5 seconds. This is my time to get the cuffs on this crazy man. So to answer your question, Pat, yes, your adrenaline is going when you apply use of force, and that's what ends up happening sometimes is you end up watching. Like sometimes you'll be watching your partner's going at it, and you'll be like, oh shit, yeah, I got to get in on this poly.
You do.
Yeah, because you like,
the first generation tasers. This is like when people would die and shit because they would tase them.
There was no timer.
And no timer. They would, as long as you're holding the trigger down, it's going to spark. So the people's adrenaline, the officer's adrenaline was going. They're tasing them, and for like 3 minutes, and and the guy dies. They're like, oh well. So now
a guy's family got a lot of money, because remember, we had those tasers. Then we immediately went to the tasers with 5 second intervals.
Yeah, so then you have to physically pull the trigger again. You just have to.
You have to keep pulling the trigger. And that's what you saw he did. He popped a 5. He gave him verbal commands. He still wasn't getting on the ground. He was like, you know what? Boom, you're going to get it again.
He's like, I got your power. Great response.
Now, Step, also what people don't understand also when it comes to policing is, and this is the part where you want to talk about the 2.9 and all that stuff. We run into a lot of entitled people. I can give a personal story to where, rest in peace, I went to a domestic violence call in the Concord area. They were so busy that night, and I ended up going to the Concord area, and a young lady, she had several bruises and stuff like that, and she was like, my boyfriend beat me up, he's crazy, whatever, that I'm tired of him beating on me and stuff. So I did my investigation, looked at her injuries and stuff like that, and then I keep looking at the guy. I'm like, I know this guy from somewhere. So I go outside to get his story, and I'm just looking at him. I'm like, I know you from somewhere. So he's talking a good game, blah 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 blah. And then so I'm like, yeah, you're under arrest for domestic violence and stuff like that. So I lock him up, and I put him in the back of the car. And then he's like, man, I know you done already seen by now, but I'm a famous football player. And I'm like, and this
I'm
was
a
so me.
celebrity.
I'm so me. I'm like, yeah, but the Detroit Lions suck. Rest in peace. It was former wide receiver Charles Rogers, former first round pick Charles Rogers. I had arrested him for domestic violence, and even with all that, I was like, yeah, but the Lions stink. And
Did you know who it was before?
yeah, I knew who he was, but you don't ever want to make them think that you have to
Yeah.
get them special treatment and stuff like
So
that.
before, that's funny, man.
Yeah, but it ended up being a NFL player, like, that's been in the league, a millionaire, all this good stuff, and I'm arresting him for domestic violence. But just to let you know, you run into people all the time. You run into people who want to tempt you, who want to use their position of power. I don't know how many people said what. I know the chief. I know the mayor. I know the city council. All this other stuff, and we still have to do our job. So, with that being said, let's look at some times where it ain't gonna work out for the celebrities.
Well, do you know who I am?
No, I don't. No, ma'am.
Oh.
You said an opening. An opening where?
That your security?
Yeah. That's
Who are
my
you?
security. I'm a rapper.
What's your rap name?
Lotto.
So you expected that white officer to know who Lotto was? I'm a rapper, and then she had the nerve to laugh like, yeah, my name's
You don't
Lotto.
know me?
Yeah, my rap name is Lotto.
Okay. You don't know who I am. I said I'm on your TV.
On my TV?
Yeah.
So you have two options. The first one, you could pay it. The second one, you could take it to court. You take it to court and you show proof that you removed the tinted window in the front.
But, okay, so the thing is, I want to know, like, how does it work? Because I know in the state of California, you could get, like, a special tag to let people know that you're, like, a profile person.
Why would you want a special tag bringing attention to let them know that you're a famous person? For the most thing, you want to be inconspicuous, Carisha. By the way, for those who know, that's Young Miami from the City Girls. She wants a special tag that lets everybody know who she is.
Just put her.
So that's why I have the tips, because I'm like an artist and I normally get followed when people notice me. Like if I'm riding and somebody notices me, they normally follow me. So that's why my car is tinted like this. So do we have that in Florida where you got to get like a special tag or something?
No. So in Florida, it's illegal to have tinted windows. It doesn't matter if you're, a celebrity or not. You could. I know. Actually, I don't know if people get it. They have like an eye problem, and the sun. I've heard about it before, but I don't think it's legal. I only think it's legal up to this line that says. Alrighty.
So it's this one?
I'm only giving you a ticket for that one, even though you have very dark tinted windows for all around. I'm only giving you a ticket for that one.
Okay, but which one is this illegal? All of them?
All of them are illegal.
Which one of them is illegal? All of them.
Be like, just the right one. Left one's good.
Because you're extremely dark.
Because I told them to make sure the back is. Yeah, no,
well, this one?
No, the back window.
The back window?
That
That's
shit's
fine.
like 5%.
Okay, but all of them are dark. I'm only giving you a ticket for that.
Well, those are really dark. Those are like 5%. But she's like, I'm only giving you a ticket for that one. So I guess if maybe the passenger side, could she give him a ticket in Florida for that one too?
It's Florida, man. It's
Right, I think
Florida.
your driver's in passenger side is tinted. Two
Can
tickets.
you imagine? Yeah. So, is there like a special tag I could get that let people know I'm famous? That's why my windows are
Yeah.
tinted.
I need to hide from people, so let me advertise to everyone that I am famous. That makes no
Step.
sense.
You and I, well, we're fortunate that we're in a smaller city where we ran into Panthers players all the time. Ran into football
Oh, yeah.
players.
I went to
We've
Ric
done off duty
Flair's
for
on call.
rappers. We've done off duty for. I literally had Michael Jordan two seats away from me. Like, you want to talk about aura? Like Michael Jordan, like literally the person that's responsible for me, like my shoe addiction. It was literally 2 seats away from me, and you just gotta, as a police officer, you just gotta know that it's nothing personal. The law is the law. Because I promise you, if you let anybody slide and it comes back, it's gonna come back on you. And we have too many. Remember that? Remember the officer that he had to call another officer to come unlock his door because he got locked in the back seat with a woman that he arrested.
Yeah. Wow.
Like,
yeah, that was bad.
Can you, bro? I just want to imagine his heart rate when he had to call a supervisor to unlock his patrol car because he was in the back seat with a woman that he arrested, and she offered him sexual favors to get out of it, and then come to find out his clothes and stuff was tested with semen and all that stuff. He had all his fluids and her fluids over him. Like,
God. And then I as a sergeant, I just put myself in that situation, walking up and like, what the hell? Thinking to myself.
Let me look it up. Let me look that up real quick.
Oh,
Officer arrested
like
in back seat. Officer resigns after locking himself in backseat of squad car. Oh, I wish. Let me see if I can get this picture. Let me see. Is this the picture? I think this is a picture. Okay. Let me show the picture when he got locked. Hold on. Let me see. Let me see if I can get it.
Dude.
Oh man.
I've had some officers. Unfortunately, I hate when I've had some officers. Oh my gosh, that's from the body cam. I thought he was holding a used condom in his hand. That's
what? Like, bruh. Okay, so let me see. Officer resigned after lock himself backseat with a female detainee. According to the New York Post, San Diego officer Anthony Hare resigned around after a probe was launched into an incident August 23. Per the publication, let me see. Is it per the station? Hare, who had been a 2-year veteran of the department, accidentally locked himself in the backseat of his squad car with the female detainee while transporting her to Las Colinas Women's Detention Center. He was inside the vehicle with the woman for over an hour. Hare had been one of the several officers that assisted with the arrest of 2 individuals suspected of car theft. One of them taken into custody was a woman who had a bench warrant out for arrest. Hare was asked to take the woman to police headquarters. Then, as he was transporting the woman, the two began to have a conversation which was picked up by Hare's body camera. Here is the script. Woman, are you married? Officer Hare, why are you asking me that? Woman, you're not too bad. What's going to hurt me? If I work the system, you know what I mean. That's the way I see shit. The microphone on Hare's body camera picks up moans from the back seat. Woman, are you single? Officer Hare, yeah, but you're not. Woman, I'm down to fuck right now. Officer Hare, don't say that right now. Don't say that right now because everything is being recorded right now. According to the station, as they were approached to Las Colinas Detention Center, Hare asked the woman what she was doing in the back seat. That's when the police cruiser slowed down and Hare switched off his body camera per the outlet. A GPS tracking system inside the cruiser found that Hare's vehicle turned down a dark residential street only blocks away from the detention center at around 1:34 a.m. The vehicle stopped. Around 20 minutes after the cruiser stopped, Hare made a call. First of all, 24 minutes. You a quick shooter, Hare. Hare made a call to his fellow officer asking if he had a master key to the patrol cars. I heard and noticed Officer Hare had a panicky voice, the other officer said. I asked him if he was okay. He said yes, and then asked if I had my patrol car key with me. I asked why he was asking and what did he need. Officer Hare then asked me if I could go meet him. I asked him his location. He said near Cottonwood. He said he was really embarrassed. After a short exchange, Hare finally told the officer that he was locked in the back seat with the woman. During the investigation, Hare maintained that he was only checking on the woman and said the door accidentally shut on him, which reported Hare had knocked off his body cam and the clip was getting out of the vehicle. The woman was interviewed by authorities and insisted nothing appropriate had occurred. And the station reported that a test on Hare clothes for semen found traces amounts on his belt.
Wow. So she didn't tell on him. I mean, she kept to the story that he was just back there for whatever reason.
Yep, she kept it up. She said that he did nothing wrong, and
wow, that's shady
yeah.
as hell,
But once
dude.
they found that semen, it was a wrap.
I mean, what do you do as an officer? I think that's worse. You get there and this is like your buddy, and dude, did the dude really have his shirt and all that stuff off?
Yep.
I bet he left it up front. I bet he took it off up front and then went back and lifted his gun belt and everything and went back there. That would be hard.
Step, you cannot be
That's stupid.
That horny.
No. For some felony girl or anybody really, like, no.
Look at his face. Look at his face.
Like he was holding up like a yes, Sarge. There's no explaining that one.
And for people, if people think we always take them with a badge, no, this is the shit that we're talking about. You have a with great power comes great responsibility, like my man that got tased said. You Officer Hare are the reason why male officers, even some women officers, are getting sliced, or getting stabbed, or getting shot. You know why? Because men are so afraid to search female suspects, or they're waiting to get a female to come search them, that they're getting stabbed, they're getting shot, they're having fentanyl overdoses, they're getting stuck by heroin needles, meth needles because of this. Because male officers can't stop being horny for a shift.
Yeah. We had it where we worked. Remember the what was the name of that pizza store?
Fuel Pizza. He was getting head in Fuel Pizza behind. Y'all know the
church glass, like the
I call them church glass. Yeah, that type of glass. He was getting head in a pizza shop with pizza people there, so they can see the silhouette and they can hear him moaning.
Random
right?
Chick, same thing. She said, "Hey, blah blah blah." And he's like, "All right." Went to the bathroom, and they could see like the two heads, and then one goes. I mean, they can see everything through the glass. It's like the shadow of what's happening. And then I talked to the supervisor who got the call. He was married. The supervisor who got the call was like, "Oh, this is bullshit." Like whatever. And then and then the dude called him on the radio or called him on the phone. He called. He said, "Hey man, you getting this complaint? Like some bullshit complaint. Somebody said you're getting head." He's like, "Yeah, Sarge. Yeah. I basically
yeah. At least he fell on the sword.
Yeah.
Pun intended.
And he was like, and the sergeant was like, "Are you freaking kidding me?" Like he was
let me look that up. Let me look. Eastway officer fired. Heck hell. In pizza. First of all, I want to let.
Did it make the news?
Hold on. I want to let my wife know, if you see this crap in my search history, it's for the show. I put the Eastway officer fired sexual in pizza.
You got all kinds of recommended sites coming up.
Yeah, it's crazy. Okay, so his name was Almaderes, Hamlet Almaderes. Several police sources say Almaderas was working on Saturday at 3 a.m. when he took a break at the Fuel Pizza restaurant
Damn.
located on
That's-
Central Avenue. According to CMPD, witnesses reported that Almaderas followed a woman out the restroom after they allegedly engaged in a sexual act. The witness called 311, not 911, and told us CMPD sergeant about the alleged incident. The police department was able to pinpoint Almaderas to the accusation by using his GPS locator on his police car. Almaderas reportedly later resigned from the police department. And the chief Moreau at the time said Jackson should have never been hired, but the department failed to do a proper background check. What was in his background? Why should he never been hired? Did he say he was horny?
Was that Jackson?
No. Don't bring up Jackson.
No,
We'll do a whole episode about him. No, this is another person they said that should never been hired.
Oh.
Let me see. Especially being a female, if I'm driving by myself and getting pulled over or something like that, said Makita Johnson, it's something to worry about. It really is. Yeah, he got head getting pizza.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, it's out there if you want to do it. Like I was so strict. Like if I came home and married, I wouldn't do that. But I mean, I'm sweaty and everything. Not that my wife was trying to do that when I got home my uniform. But I'm just saying, like even at home while I'm off duty, I wouldn't. I'm like, no, let me get because what? Could you imagine it happened in a?
Yeah, you kissing in uniform, and they're like, "Oh man, he making out with a woman in uniform."
Or you key the mic, you're off duty or whatever. You're like, oh baby, come here.
That has happened. Remember,
like,
somebody keyed up the mic, having sex.
Yeah,
don't say the name
on my phone.
Don't say the name.
I got the audio on my phone.
Don't go get it.
I got the audio. Like, what the heck?
No, we want the audio. We want to keep our podcast. But let me tell you something. Yes, yes, AJ. Pizza shops can be fun. And they can also be very expensive. Your paycheck, your career, charges.
The best thing is that they never know who the girl is. Like the sergeant couldn't find out who the girl was.
Because they don't care about the girl. All they care about is the police officer. But
she could have came back and just tried to be like I was drunk and you know how people make stuff up. But I'm like, wow, well,
yeah. But oh man, but hey, I know we touched on the beginning when we was talking about black people being killed more than other people, but the gist of it was it happens that way because that's where we're most needed. That's where we're at. That's what we're encountering. So of course the number is going to be extremely, extremely high. And as you can see, statistics need context. So there you are. So let me bring up our trusty thing. Black and Blue Lives podcast. There it is. Make sure you like, subscribe, and follow. I'm Real Prince Blue on all social media platforms. He is on Insta. He's Step2223, and on TikTok he's TOG4280. And I have to say, rest in peace to the End of Watch to Officer Islam, who was killed in the line of duty. Sometimes I struggle with should I say murdered or killed, but because I feel like people need to understand this man was murdered by a psychopath with the illegal assault weapon. And I want y'all to just understand this. When y'all talk about police and literally when police sign up to be a police officer, we're literally signing up to say, hey, at any given time, we're done. Hey, sign here.
The same people that will get FaceTimed in front of the cameras, the politicians that don't support us, will get all this recognition for acting like they cared about us, and they want the attention and spotlight. It's sickening.
That is exactly the way it is, and I'm trying to find because I really want Officer Islam to get his proper due. right here. I want to bring Officer Islam up and make sure that we understand. We're looking at a father, a husband, a law enforcement officer, somebody who gave his life to protect others. And I have to stress this again, on his off day to earn extra money because his current his wife was currently pregnant at the time. So let me read this a little bit. Didaro Islam, 36, was shot dead on Monday while providing security for the site on Park Avenue. Officials said he had migrated to the U.S. from Bangladesh, had 2 children, and was suspecting a third with his pregnant wife. He died a hero, they said. Officer Adams said he was doing what he does best, saving lives. He was protecting New Yorkers, and he was doing a job that what they asked him to do. He put himself in harm's way. He made the ultimate sacrifice. Officer Islam, 36 years old. To put it in perspective, I'm 43 years old. When to put it also in perspective, at 36 years old, I retired from the police department. I retired from the police department. His was just beginning. And now he's no longer here. His wife is a widow, and his 3 children have to learn about their father through stories and through um stories from his wife and stories from coworkers and stories that they're probably going to see online that their father was taken away from them by a psychopath. And I bet you somewhere in the world there's people that are actually pulling for the psychopath that killed others, wounded others, and took the life of this police officer. There are actually people that are rooting, like you rooted for Maggiano, like you root for every psychopath in the world that is against law and order, that's against civil decency. And it's just something that we have to learn how to get past. I don't know how we're going to do it, but I'm telling you this to all the police officers out there. We see you. We're rooting for you. We want you to come home safe. And I'm gonna tell you this: if I'm telling you right now, if you're doing your job and they're not complying and they're not doing what they have to do, and you have to take a life and you have to do what you have to do, and it's within reason, you will always have my back. You always have my back in no matter what, because I know the job and I know how hard it is to do it, and I know what it takes to do it, and I know that it's a thankless job, but it's just something that you can't want to be a police officer. It has to be ingrained in you, because we've run across a lot of police officers that these people that you could tell they're there for the paycheck. They're there just because it's something to do until the
Job
economy gets
security to
better,
look cool.
or they were athletic, and whatever the case may be. You have to really want to do this job. And I just I just hate that, man. I just really hate that. And Officer Islam, we salute you, brother. I hope that his family is taken care of, and and New York City does the right thing, because nobody should have to go through that, especially when they're trying to earn a living. So with that being said, I will catch y'all next week, because I will catch y'all next week. Step will catch y'all next week. I will catch y'all tomorrow at Real Time with Prince Blue. And that's
AJ,
it,
follow
man.
me. I said AJ. I'm following AJ now, so the rent room can follow me back.
Okay. AJ, you have to follow. I think he has like a quota, like he only can follow 10 white people. I'm not sure.
Oh, that's what it is.
I'm not sure on that, but
well, tell him I'll be the first.
okay. But thank you everybody for listening, and we will see y'all next week, and be careful out there. Be safe.
Yeah. Look, black and blue lives. Yeah. Hey, that's a new vibe. Yeah. Hey, black and blue lives. Hey, that's a new vibe. Hey, podcast lit. I think we got a hit. Hey, black and blue lives. Look, we got Prince Blue and Steph talking black and blue lives. Hey, black and blue